सो हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मैं नाम अब्दुलरहमान बिजनेस वाला है। मैं रेहान स्कूल नंबर कैंपस में फाउंडेशन लेवल का स्टूडेंट हूँ। सो आज का हमारा डे 149 है। हम इसको कंप्लीट करेंगे एंड कॉल माया से कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे।
Hi.
हेलो ब्रदर। हेलो हेलो
Good to hear you.
ब्रदर, कैन आई आस्क सम क्वेश्चंस?
Gotcha. You want to ask some questions? Go for it. What's on your mind?
व्हाट इज वुड?
Okay, now we're talking. Wood is basically the hard fibrous material that makes up the trunks and branches of trees. You know, what you build stuff with, what fires are made of. It's kind of essential. It's a natural building material, right? What made you think to ask about wood?
वेयर डज वुड कम फ्रॉम?
That's a little tricky to parse. I mean, wood, right? Like, where does wood come from?
यस ब्रो।
Right. Okay, so wood comes from trees, of course. But more specifically, it's the secondary xylem, which is a fancy way of saying the inner layers of the tree trunk that grow each year. It's kind of how trees get bigger and stronger, you know? Does that make sense?
Why was important for Loomis?
Okay, that's a little fragmented. You're asking why wood was important. I'm not
Yes, bro.
quite sure I
My
follow.
my next question is, was wood used to make house?
Definitely. Wood was hugely important for building houses way back when and still is in a lot of places. It was one of the first materials people used because it's relatively easy to work with and, pretty readily available. It's pretty foundational, right?
How did early people use wood?
Whoa, okay. I think you might have misspoken. Did you maybe mean early people? As in, how did people in the past use wood?
Was wood used to make tools?
Okay. Okay, let's try to untangle that. You're asking if wood was used to.
And my next question is, how did wood help people to stay warm?
Pretty simple, actually. Burning wood creates heat. People would build fires in shelters or caves, and the warmth would keep them from freezing, especially during. Yeah, we can go again. What else are you curious about?
And my next question is, was wood used to make boats?
I think you might be asking how wood was processed to make boards. People used tools like axes and saws eventually to cut down trees and then shape the wood into planks. It was a lot of hard work. You want to know more about the tools they used?
Why was wood important for cooking?
Good question. Well, before we head start, are you saying you want to start a new topic? Or like you're starting to explain something?
How did wood help in farming?
That's a really interesting question. Honestly, not in a direct way historically. Wolves helping with farming, that's not something I've heard a lot about. Historically, wolves are usually seen as a threat to farm animals like sheep and cattle, so farmers generally tried to keep them away. But there's some recent stuff about rewilding and how wolves can help control deer populations, which can then help forests grow and indirectly benefit farms.
Was
Is that what you
wood
meant?
easy to find in early times?
Generally, yes, wood was pretty easy to find in early times, at least for most people. Forests covered a much larger area of the world back then. It wasn't always right next to where people lived, but it was usually
Wh-
within reach. Though getting it was hard work.
Why was wood better than stone in some uses?
Ooh, that's a smart question. Well, wood is lighter than stone, for one thing, easier to carry and work with. It's also more flexible, so it's less likely to break when you're, say, building something. Plus, you can shape wood more easily. You can carve it, bend it, split it. Stone takes a lot more effort.
Did
That's really
wood
kind.
help people travel?
Red wood help people travel. That's an interesting thought. I assume you mean like using redwood trees for canoes or rafts. Absolutely. Indigenous peoples along the Pacific coast of North America used redwood because it's lightweight and resistant to rot to build canoes and other watercraft. Those canoes were essential for traveling along the coast, fishing and trading. It's kind of cool, right?
And was wood used to make weapons?
Absolutely. Wood was one of the first materials people used to make weapons. Think clubs, spears with sharpened wooden points, bows and arrows. Before metalworking, wood. Amen. Man.
And how did wood help to build shelters?
You're on a roll with the questions. Well, wood was fundamental. It provided the basic structure for shelters, think logs for walls, branches for roofs. It was lightweight enough to work with, but strong enough to offer protection from the elements. Pretty essential stuff, you know?
And my next question is, did wood help in building village?
Okay, you mean how it would help in building a village? Absolutely. It's similar to building shelters. Wood provided the materials for houses, but also for communal structures like meeting halls, fences, and storage buildings. It really formed the foundation of early villages. It's
Why did civilizations grow near forests?
okay, a bit jumbled there, but I think you're asking why civilizations grew near forests. Does that sound right?
Yes. Was wood used in daily life?
Whoa, that's a huge question. Pretty much every word, right? But I think you mean what words do we use all the time, every single day? Okay, let's see. Land, you is it. You know, yeah.
And my next question is wood still important today?
Abs- Absolutely. Wood is still incredibly important today, even with all our modern materials. It's a renewable resource used in construction, furniture, paper, and so much more. Plus, it plays a vital role in the environment,
How
with
did
trees
wood
absorbing
support
carbon.
early economies?
Ooh, now that's a really interesting question. Words were absolutely crucial for early economies. Think about it. Trade wouldn't be possible without a way to agree on prices and quantities. Contracts wouldn't exist without language. And even just spreading information about where to find resources or what goods were available relied on.
Was wood used for art or decoration?
Absolutely. Words have been used in art and decoration for centuries. Think about calligraphy, for example. That's basically turning words into beautiful art. And even just carvings or paintings with words or stories in them. It's